Hey, happy Sunday. Let's see if we can get this thing going. Let's see if we, no, mute that. And what's up, people? How are ya? Dano is always the first one. I cannot wait to one of these days meet Dano in person to ask him a little bit more about his story. And I see Derek and Addie are already in the house. Just so you know, I owe Derek and Addie some troll zapping. Not suggesting that there be an overabundance of trolls tonight. But we did a webinar and there was no trolls. So I know, especially Derek, Addie would rather just have a peaceful moderation. And those of you that are new, Derek and Addie are the best moderators in the whole wide world. So let me go share this in our online support group. Hold on. I'm not going to make this super public yet. Where is... So... Oh, shoot. I can't. We have a rule of no fundraisers in the group, and I just went and broke our own rule. Ha! Never mind. Okay, I'm back. So it looks like YouTube changed a pinned tweet or a pinned something up there that normally was okay. How does that? Okay. Well, okay. We've only done this once before, and that was for my sober birthday. We had a marathon fundraiser. So just for a little bit of background, I turned 60 on the 13th. 60. I'm like older. And I'll be honest, I never, ever thought I would make it till 25 years old. I just never did. And this week, 6 days, I hit the big 60. So in the past, I have done fundraising campaigns on both my birthday and my sober birthday. And this year, I was in the hospital and I, just got so much going on. I didn't have the bandwidth. So I started a Facebook fundraiser. And the link is down below. And then I just figured I'd do tonight. I mean, you guys are so generous. You give. We don't even, like I said, we've been doing Sunday nights for almost 2 years. 52. It's like 100 lives we've been. I don't ask for money. I set it up because you guys give during super chats, and super chats, YouTube takes money. But tonight, let's see what we can raise. And 100% of the money goes to invisible people. It goes to end homelessness. It doesn't go to me. I mean, if you want to buy a bowl of pho, because I love Vietnamese, or Yang Chow's, it's my big 6-0. I do not drink. I do not smoke. I don't gamble. And so about all I got is food. And guess what? You know what I'm doing? Can you guess? Can you guess what I'm doing on my birthday? If you guessed going out, handing out socks to homeless people, you won. You won. You guessed right, because that is exactly what I am going to be doing. Living life behind the camera. Thank you. Ryan, thank you. I saw somebody else. Danny, thank you. Let me scroll up here. Hey, the salty dog. Whoa, thank you. And Hans, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your generous donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It will all go to helping invisible people fight homelessness. So yesterday, hey, Anonymous, thank you. Yesterday, I went out with Carmen. Now I'm going to try to cut up a vlog. And before you guys all comment that I sound like Darth Vader in the chat, yeah, I know. Okay. I just got out of the hospital. I still have blood clots in my lungs. I'm lucky to be alive. And I go trampston out in the wood. Trampston. Is that a word? Trampston? Prance. What? I go out in the woods in rural Ithaca to go hang with homeless people, go hang with Carmen and homeless people. Thank you, Anonymous. And I will try to get that up shortly. And I go, I just had to get out. So, yeah, since before Christmas. Wow, 3 months. The only interaction I've had with other people is my trip to the hospital and the grocery store. I had to get out. I had to get out and help homeless people. And I got to tell you, I was watching the footage yesterday, and sure enough, I'm like, you see Carmen walking and you hear me. So, I know the comments, everybody's going to be like, why is Darth Vader in this? Well, you know what? I got blood clots in my lungs. May or may not, shoulda, coulda, woulda gone out in the woods, but I did. And again, it's an important story, because here's 25 people living outside. It was 21 degrees on my phone, said 21 degrees, but it also said feels like 8. And there was, so I won't videotape somebody else without their permission. And one of the camps that we walked up to, there was a guy freezing. He was freezing. The night before he was freezing. So he was living in a tent / shack, but they had a community commode, right? They had built like an outhouse, and it was so cold. This guy went and was sleeping in the shitter, that because it was warmer. Just thinking about that, I want to cry. That's how cold it was. And people live outside like that. And there's one point, and hopefully I'll be able to get it into the vlog. There's one point where, I had planned on visiting Carmen a few times this winter. And I didn't plan on going to the hospital. So I was planning on doing it, when there was more snow. Right or wrong, that's when I was planning on doing it. And Carmen was talking about, there was a snowstorm, and it was really, really bad. And when he went out on the path, there was like no footprints or anything for days. because it was so cold. People were staying in their huts, but that means they weren't going. They weren't going to get water. They weren't going to get food. I mean, when it's that cold, you wrap up, you layer, right? And it's heartbreaking. Hey, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes, right? So here's the deal. And if you're just tuning in, rarely do we do a fundraiser. I hook up the fundraising just because it's, you guys like to give super chats, and this way it all goes to invisible people instead of going to YouTube. And YouTube did that for us, which is great. 100% goes to the nonprofit. And because my birthday is coming up, I just, because normally, I'll be honest, normally we do a campaign, and one year we almost raise as much as Bon Jovi's birthday is around here sometime, and we almost raised as much, but over the years it's been dropping. And this year I just didn't have it in me with the hospital and everything else going on. I just didn't have it in me to create a fundraising campaign. So thank you all for the birthday wishes. My birthday is until the 13th. Maybe, just maybe, I might live stream. I haven't decided yet. I don't know what's going on. There's a group of wonderful people that I'm going to be honest, okay? This pandemic sucks. It sucks. It really, really sucks, right? The worst was for me not being able to see my mom when she passed away, or to be able to give her a funeral. That was the worst. How it hurt invisible people, how it hurt the world, the economy, and everything else. You know what? I am going to talk about something. Hang on. This is going to be good. And I'm going to talk about something. And so that's how easy, look, squirrel, there I go. I'm gone into another whole conversation. But the pandemic's hurt you. It's hurt so many people. Just horrible what the pandemic has done. Let me see if I can find this post. Hold on. I know why is that? I never can find what I'm looking for. I can never find I promise I won't sing again. Oh gosh. So where is it? Okay, good. And Addie, you're going to hate me because it's a little political, but you'll love me at the end. I know you will. So here is, where the heck? Oh, it's still playing ads. Sorry about that. I had to cue something up. A few times a year, as I travel, I connect with homeless people and formerly homeless in our online support group. When, like, I'm in Detroit or New York City even, or different cities, it's usually only a couple people. But in Los Angeles, it's a lot of people. And we have now 3 times taken over a fancy restaurant, and it's awesome. Oh my gosh. The first time, it was so great. All of them have been great, but there's a homeless woman with a large wheelchair and a service jog, another homeless woman who's transgender and about 7 foot tall. And I mean, we just came in and we made the place ourselves, and it's homeless people and their significant others or their friends, and it's just wonderful. And I can't do it because of the pandemic. So it's my birthday, March 13th, and what I want more than anything is with my homeless friends in the online sport group, but I can't. So I just don't have it in me. Just like creating this birthday fundraiser, I don't have it in me. I'm tired. I can't. I am having trouble breathing. I'm getting better. I'm okay, but I don't have it in me. Every time that we've done these gatherings, which are wonderful, it takes a lot of work to make sure that you found the right location that's center for everybody. Often I would drive around picking people up. You got to make sure the reservations. I mean, it's a reservation in a fancy restaurant for like 20 people, right? I got to raise the money for it. I mean, it's a lot of work. This year I'm turning 60 and I don't have the energy. I just don't. And I know. So this year, because of the pandemic, I mean, if it was that we could just go to a restaurant, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would do it. I mean, it's a lot of work, but I would do it. Now, because of the pandemic, we have to find a park someplace. And I'm tired. I'm tired. And I'm trying to move back to LA and it doesn't look like, anyways. So, where were we? Happy Sunday. How is your Sunday going? How's your week going? I'm getting old. So thank you for the well wishes. Thank you. I mean, you're really giving to invisible people. The birthday thing is just there and I appreciate it. And I'm grateful. 60. My gosh. I mean, part of me feels old and part of me doesn't feel old. I'm a little bit scared. Because, when you get over 50, you start thinking about legacy. So I've been posting on my Facebook, and if, I'm M. Horvath on Facebook, facebook.com/M. Horvath. You can find all the photos. I've been posting photos from my past and photos of my mom, and I've been really thinking about legacy and what my legacy is, and what my legacy is going to be. So, do you think about legacy? If you do, what do you think your legacy is going to be? I never thought my legacy would be the sock guy. Sock man, sock guy, but that's what my legacy is. And you know what? I don't think it can be any more perfect. Kind of related, I moved to Los Angeles to seek fame and fortune as a professional drummer. Had my 13 and a half minutes of fame, ended up homeless. And then, I did play the Whiskey and the Roxy, and those pictures I actually uploaded. You can see them on my Facebook. And then I played for a bunch of churches on Skid Row. And, there was a time when I would walk Skid Row and, homeless people would go, "Hey, look, there's that drummer." And, it wasn't the fame and fortune that I was looking for. It obviously wasn't fortune. But, when I moved to LA, I wanted, fame. People, to know that's the drummer. And here the homeless people are like, "Hey, that's the drummer." Couldn't be more perfect, right? So, and that was a long time ago. But anyways, something happened this week. Something happened, and we're going to get political. Okay? You can hate me. You can love me. We're just going to go there. Every week I say we're not going to go there. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't. This time we are going to go there. And why that is important is because Biden, the Democrats, the House, the Senate, the relief bill passed. And I want to clear up some misunderstandings because it's already happening. So the relief bill is $1.9 trillion. It is at a time when us as a country, we're hurting. There's tens of millions of households at risk of ending up homeless. There's tens of millions of households at risk of ending up homeless. There are more families and individuals getting their food from food banks than ever before. There's a serious food insecurity problem right now. So this tax, because this tax is, any way you look at it, $1.9 trillion. It's going to go to reopening schools, vaccines, vaccine distribution, fighting COVID, support for states and cities because they're broke. I mean, we're in a serious crisis. Serious crisis. This could not have come. I mean, God bless that it's here. Adriana, thank you. But so here's the thing. Now, one Republican voted for it. Let's go back to 2016, 2017. Also $1.9 trillion. The Republicans voted for a tax cut that went to the rich. Middle class got nothing. Poor people got nothing. It did nothing to help people unless you were rich. So a lot of Biden's bill goes to COVID support, rightly so. But here is what goes to end homelessness. There's $27.4 billion in rental assistance. So there's been people out of work that haven't paid their rent or can't pay their rent who now owe, all this back rent and will be evicted. $27.4 billion will go to rental assistance. $10 billion will go to homeowners assistance. I mean, there's, I lost my home in the '08 crash because I needed help, and my economic crisis came right at the beginning of it, and there was not the help that was needed that we need. $5 billion in Section 8 vouchers. And all this really isn't enough. I mean, it is more, it's badly needed. Thank God it's coming. It is not nearly enough. I mean, probably $100 billion in Section 8 might do the trick. $5 billion and $100 billion might be, that's a crazy number. I just pulling out of my guacamole. But, and then $5 billion in homelessness assistance, which again, it should be 10 billion, 20 billion, but it's 5 billion. So 27 billion renter insurance, 10 billion homeowner assistance, 5 billion Section 8, 5 billion homelessness assistance. How much did the Republican tax cut help the middle class? Poor people? Zero. How much in the Republican tax bill went to prevent homelessness? Zero. How much in the Republican tax bill went to homelessness assistance and homelessness support? Zero. How much in the Republican tax bill went for rental assistance in Section 8? Zero. How much in Republican tax bill went to help middle class and poor people? Zero. Zero, zero. So the Republicans are mentioning right now that, oh my gosh, we can't afford it. But they almost the exact amount of money. they gave a tax cut to, the richest of the rich, right? Of $1.9 trillion. But when it comes to keeping people in their homes, we right now have the worst health crisis and the worst economic crisis to ever face this country. And so when you hear people, and the right-wing media is, again, I turned on Fox News the other night, and they're doing this thing about how immigration is now super spreader events, right? The Trump rallies were super spreader events, and they didn't say a damn thing. And now it's, you happy the rants are back? I'm feeling healthy enough for rants. But it just really, 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 it's amazing. So I got to say this. There's this division in this country. It wasn't here when I was growing up. Republicans and Democrats used to be able to have a conversation and compromise. And now, it's just this division and full of lies and both sides. I mean, the Democrats do dumb stuff too. But when it comes to helping the poor, which right now, and when it comes to helping the middle class, which right now this country needs, the Democrats are, if the Democrats had not won Georgia, there would not be a relief bill. It most certainly wouldn't look like it is right now. The Republicans would have stopped it. They did not stop. And then when they were in power, they gave 1.9 billion tax credits. And unless you are a billionaire watching this live stream from someplace, those tax credits didn't help you. And it gets me so much. And this is based on a YouTube comment. And it was a homeless person that was responding. And they were even doing the Sleepy Joe stuff, the programming right out of the Trump playbook. And, they're, just Democrats are horrible. Democrat cities, all the homelessness here's some news flash. Homelessness is growing in all cities. Homelessness is a crisis in every city, every single city in the United States, whether it's Democrat run, whether it's Republican run. It is a crisis in everyone. So saying, they're Democrat led, that's bull. That's bull. That's right-wing propaganda. It's bull. And as a country, homelessness affects us all. I'm frothing at the mouth here. If I have a heart attack, I hope one of you calls 911. Homelessness affects liberals. It affects conservatives. It affects independents. It concerns the people in the middle and people undecided and people above and below and right and left. Homelessness affects us all. Jesus Christ. It's not a Democrat thing and it's not a Republican thing. So unless we come together as a country, and it is heartbreaking that there are millions of people that have bought the new. So my stepdad was a Republican. If you were to look up Christian in the dictionary back then, you'd see Casey. I mean, he was such a good man. He was such an amazingly good man. And he was very conservative, but he also believed in helping people. And now we have this Trump GOP or this Ted Cruz GOP or this Mark Rubio GOP that is, and Pelosi and they're messed up too, right? But there's this GOP that wants you to believe they care, and they don't. They're lying to you. They only care about making more money for themselves. And it is so, I'm turning red. It's so stinking obvious because it's almost the exact amount. Is the audio distorting? I don't know, because I'm ranting here, and it might be. So $1.9 trillion the Republicans approved to give tax cuts to the rich. $1.9 million tax cuts to the rich. The Republicans approved, no problem. 1.9 million, 1.9 trillion, 1.9 trillion tax cuts to the rich, Republicans approved. 1.9 trillion relief to fight COVID, to open up schools, to fight homelessness, to help people with their rent. The Republicans are against. They're for tax cuts of the rich. They're not for helping. So here's the thing, and I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. In fact, I actually lean, I call myself a liberal redneck, right? I have very, very strong conservative values and morals that I believe. I don't even know what conservative is anymore. But I'm also very open-minded. And on that aspect, I might be considered left-leaning, but I am definitely, I don't even think you would be called, I would be called a moderate. I'm a liberal redneck. And we have got to, if you're a Republican, and hopefully some of you are out there, if you're a Republican, you guys got to fix your party. You've got to get back to where the Republican Party stood for ethics and morals. Both parties should stand for ethics and morals, right? Both parties should help the American people. Both parties should work together and compromise. This pointing fingers at each other and blaming each other is just crazy. And it's not, okay. Woo! Did you like that rant? Happy birthday to me. I had that there, and this all comes from So I got one thing to ask you. I am going to experiment with something. Now, the big difference about invisible people, because if you haven't noticed, videos of homelessness are growing on YouTube. People are just going and videotaping driving by tents to get views. Or you'll see homeless interviews, but there's no ads. There'll never be ads on our interviews, on vlogs and the mini documentaries. That's definitely that was fine, Addie. I was just going to respond to that. I liked it. Oh gosh. Andrew says I look like a liberal lesbian. I don't even know what a liberal lesbian is, but I had to call that one out, Andrew, because I have never been called a liberal lesbian, but now I might have to go make a t-shirt. Where was I? So anyways, how you know the difference between invisible people is we're a nonprofit. Like I just posted a webinar, a video. It's important. The information is important, but most people, it's not for YouTube audience. If YouTube was like this if my primary thing was views, I would not post it on YouTube because I'm sure we lost subscribers and it's not going to get a lot of views. It's not for any, even Dano said, well, this is different because it's not for everybody. And we're a nonprofit. We have to post that. We're not about views. We do a lot. Your donations here. I mean, we post every day, 5 days a week, original content on Apple News, Google News. I can go on and on about all the stuff we're doing. You help make it happen. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But as these homeless videos are growing, you're noticing there's ads on them. And, you know, on our vlogs and different things, we'll have ads, but never on an interview video. It's just wrong. It is just, I feel it is wrong. And that's what sets us apart because we're not doing this for money and we're not doing it for views. We're doing it to educate people. We're doing it to give homeless people a voice. And that's what's most important. That said, how do you guys feel? So on some of the vlogs that I do, and maybe even live streams, I might start with a sponsor. So I get approached a lot by different sponsors, you know, and you see it as you watch YouTube, you see all the time creators, you know, this is brought to you by, this is brought to you by, this is, how do you guys feel if some of the video content, like I said, vlogs and different things, not the interview videos, were sponsored? Jeff Haas says yes. Derek's in the recalling Gavin. Sammy says yes. Oh, AK, yes. It wouldn't be any sponsor. Matthew's fine with it. Followed to death, yes. Oh my God, Mimi. Yeah. Elderly homelessness is growing. Swar, yeah. I mean, it has to be the right. So we're going to try it. You're going to see a couple of videos coming up. I don't have any sponsors just yet, but I'm moving in that direction, and I just wanted to see how you guys felt about that. Hey, Gabe, how are you? We got a Gabby and Gabe. Hi, Gabe. So, folks, let me pay attention. Milk is in the house. Ask me anything. What do you guys want to talk about? And I did. Normally, I look at the community tab and we go into whatever you want to talk about. But I got so taken over by, people arguing that, oh my gosh, Biden's plan isn't going to help anybody. Biden's plan is all about helping people. It's the Republicans' plan. Thomas, you're exactly right. I mean, I've turned down big money before because of it just wasn't right. So thank you everybody for the happy birthdays. It's not till the 13th. Well, Stuart M., that's interesting because I'm not an expert on the $15 minimum wage. I know the minimum wage right now is around $7, the federal minimum wage, and that's not enough to live on. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Anonymous. Matthew wants to know who next governor. I say Derek. Let's vote because he's going to mayor, and then next step has got to be governor. Yeah, Sawar, I was hoping. I'm trying to. Invisible People is run by a board. I don't run Invisible People. We're a nonprofit with a governing board. Hey, thank you, Matthew. And I've worked for free for 12 years, and finally, the board has decided to hire me. So I am currently trying to do all the paperwork to start payroll. And my hope was that I could actually start paying myself so I could run in Los Angeles, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. No, Derek. No, no, no. I'm not politics. Well, Melissa. So Melissa asked about the sponsor said, like what we do with Haynes. I mean, I love the relationship with Haynes. You know, Haynes gives me socks. They talk about homelessness. We work well together. We've been doing it for years and years and years. And that's the kind of mutually beneficial relationship. Hey, Jason, thank you so much. I think I saw you give earlier, so that's twice. Wow, thank you. Yeah, normally I start a birthday campaign on February 14th. Here it is, 6th of March. Or is it the 7th? The 7th of March. My birthday's 6 days away. Wow, we got did I rant that long? So again, I had another guest tonight and it just didn't work out. Yeah, Carolyn, I mean, I probably could have paid myself a year ago, but 2 years ago. But what I decided to do was invest in writers and invest in growing Invisible People. And then this summer we invested in the research, and I think that was a smart move. I mean, but now I've got to move out of here. Mom's house when I sell it isn't worth that much money, and that's going to go quick. I'm 60 years old. I'm almost sick. I'm turning 60. My God. Oh, I never thought I would be single and being single as an adult. I would not wish on my worst enemy. Oh my gosh. And then, you got COVID. How do you date? How do you date somebody with COVID? So, what am I going to do? I'm going to focus on helping homeless people because that's what I always do. Yes, Thomas. Hopefully, my heart will stay young so I can. Oh. Yeah, Jeff, I'm sure there's lots of single women, but what, how do you meet somebody and, start a relationship? Determination. Thank you so much for your donation. Uh-oh, Thomas is warming up for a joke. Hey, Anonymous, thank you. Hey, Fat Daddy, I didn't see your question. Want to repeat it? I'm sorry I didn't see it. I might have sometimes it filters chat messages. I don't know if that's the case here. Wow, Jason, thanks again. Hey, Riley, thanks for your kind words. Wow, Matthew, thank you. I noticed that I got, yeah. Jason again. Wow. Matthew, that would be a miracle. We got 10 minutes left. I don't think we're going to be making a thousand, but you never know. I mean, so on Wednesday, I head for Los Angeles. I'll be handing out socks. If you guys follow on Twitter and Instagram at Visible People. Well, James Bond, you do bring up a point. Whoever the future Mrs. Horvath is, she does have to uh, love handing out socks to homeless people. Riley, thank you. Thank you. Blackjack, I would love I would love to go to Scotland to hang out with homeless people. Not sure about the date. Love to go out on a coffee date with everybody. Wow, Gabby, thank you. Wow, Gomez. Carolyn, no, I don't. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I mean, 860? We may, oh my gosh. Matthew, wow. Jason, wow. We got 8 minutes left. We might make 1,000. I'll eat my words. I do that a lot, anyways. Yeah, Fat Daddy, I'm looking out for you. I don't see the question. Sorry I didn't see it sooner. Matthew, thank you. Jason, wow, thank you, thank you. Wow, Carolyn, oh my gosh, you guys are like repeat donors tonight. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Wow, holy schmoly. We are going to make 1,000. I am so grateful. Hey, Fat Daddy, we're coming up on the end here. Ask your question, please. Thank you, Tori. Oh, we did it. Thanks to Anonymous. Holy wow. Thank you, everybody. I would say we're going over. Oh my gosh. Trying to Fat Daddy said that he has a question. I keep looking for it because Eddie, I'm not dyeing my hair. Not right now, anyways. Okay, Fat Daddy, waiting for your question. If you don't, wow, thank you guys all for donating. Hey, Gabby, send me an email. I don't know where you guys are all located. Where are you located? And right now, until I get back to LA, I'm not. Hey, Matthew, wow. Maria, wow. You guys, wow. Gabe, I think, Derek and Addie can answer that better. So, Derek and Addie, what would you put in a bag to homeless people? I always tell people, so it depends. Like when I'm in Alaska, I buy all the socks and gloves and hats and hand warmers that I can. If I'm in different parts of different countries, different parts of the country because of heat and weather, do you ever have thoughts of becoming homeless after years of sobriety? Yes, Fat Daddy, I will answer that in a question in a second. Thank you for, but what I recommend to everybody is ask homeless people. As you're giving stuff out, you'll make friends and ask them. Some people might, need certain things and some people don't. There's also on our website, you'll find different posts on what to give. And Fat Daddy, I think it's normal. Most formerly homeless people have. I know for me, the fear can be petrifying. How I fight it is I go out and I help homeless people. But it's not uncommon. So let me just, and I'll end with this. When somebody has lived outside for whatever period and then they go inside, it's a whole new battle because you've now developed how to live outside. That's where your friends are, where you've developed community, where you've learned how to survive. And now you're in an apartment. You're separated, maybe, 10, 20 miles away from the people that you once hung out with. And it can be scary, and success could be scary. Success living in an apartment can be scary. So it's a whole new world with a whole lot of new battles. I have coming up on 26 years sober, and it's challenging. It is extremely challenging, and I'm scared. I'm scared every day of becoming homeless again. I'm turning 60. I'm not going to be able to work much longer. I don't have any savings to be able to, the chances of me being homeless again are very, very, very real. They're very real. But I can't sit there in that thinking. I have to say, you know what? I am turning 60, and those chances of me being homeless again are very real. That's fear. And, courage is not absence of fear. Courage is, moving forward even though there's fear. So I move forward, and, you have to do the same. You can't let it petrify you. And everybody, you're the best. There are no words. I mean, $1,200. I can't see the total amount there. It just gives me the brief little bit. You guys, and it was all of you, every bit. And for those of you that don't have the money to donate, sharing invisible people content, sharing either videos, or go to our website, invisiblepeople.tv, and share the news stories is so important. And thank you, Matthew. Thank you so much for all your donations tonight. And you guys, you really, 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 normally I have a campaign and we raise a good amount of money, and I didn't have the energy to do it. So I've got to run. It has been a good night. Hope you don't mind my rants. It means I'm coming back. Hopefully I'll get the vlog up this week. I will be in Los Angeles. I decided to go look for an apartment, even though I don't know if I can rent one yet. I decided to go look. I want to thank Addie and Derek, who are the best moderators in the whole wide world. Hopefully they got to zap a few trolls. Derek is I think I got to get Derek a shirt or a hoodie that says Troll Zapper. And I think that's why he moderates. I know it's not that he wants to listen to me. All of you, I am so grateful for the community that we built here, and for you guys, and extremely grateful for the donations. So if there's a way maybe that I can stream this week on my birthday, we might. I don't know what's up. All I know is that you guys are amazing, and I wish you all the most marvelous week.